Happy 2022. Hope everyone's had a great holiday and enjoyed the break. Monday it is, so we're back into it. I thought we should take you out and have a chat to you about what we're up to for the year. I think we've got a pretty big year actually coming up. Lots of new builds starting, got some big hill jobs to start. But first of all, I thought we'd take you out to Darfield and show you the job that we finished up out there. Awesome little barn house, beautiful look out to the Alps. Great day outside, so let's go for a drive. Let's go. As we always say, a journey has got a beginning. With this particular project, we actually had to start right here with this job. It had historic sheep dips, which has arsenic and contaminants in it, and you can see the sign here now. So the resource consent and the consenting process just to get through this stage was exhausting, to say the least. We had to get soil tests, we had to get historic aerial photos to prove facts. We had to then get the driveway that's actually new and had to get that all tested and make sure, and then we had to put additional fill on top of it to make sure no contaminants got picked up on the wheels and then driven out the road and went down the road. It was very full on to get that done for this particular job, and then from there we finally got into getting the consent process of the house. So the scope was beautiful setting out here, looking at the Alps behind me. A little bit of an idea from what we've got behind me with the old barn. So the clients have wanted a barn looking house, wanted a Quaker style, which is that American style look, which we've got over there, which we'll take you through now. Well, let's have a look at it. Big atrium, big size of that whole house to try and spread itself out. That's what we've tried to achieve with the design. And the little punches in give you those little elements of dark and shade, and just changes the context a wee bit. But I just love the massive window, which you can see, if you can look through inside, you can see the master bedroom with the opening up windows, which looks down into the atrium, then also out to capture all of this out here. There's a nice lawn area out the front here. It's just a great setting. Watch that sun come through. And what also was a good idea we did with the polished concrete floor, put a black oxide through it. So that means when the sun comes onto it, it actually sucks up a bit more heat and pulls it into the house, and then holds on to that during the night time and just releases it. So then you've got that heat pad just releasing a little bit of heat, not too much, but just a little bit of solar gain just coming out of it and just sort of pushing up, and then the ceiling fan up on top pushing that heat back down again. So the house actually hasn't got a lot of heating and cooling in it, but it functions very well with those little elements that we've put into it. Good old cedar cladding, it's outstanding product to use. The issue at the moment is just the supply getting into the country, but when we get it here, it's great to use. Particularly this colour we've used, it's different. We've never used that colour before, and I quite like the earthiness and the rawness feel of it instead of the blacks and the lights and all those colours that we use. It's just a bit of a different wash, and it gives you these sort of patinaed textures, I suppose you'd say. I just think it's just goes in beautifully with the house and the surroundings. As I've always said, I just love little details that make the houses. This particular one, we've got some quarry stone. Don't really know where it's from though, but it's actually been collected on the site. The clients found it over in the sheds over there. They then cut it, formed it, shaped it. I love the fact they brought the old to the new, and it's encapsulated here on the front door, which is a real feature piece. I just think it's such a cool detail, and I just love little stuff like that. A little bit of history, I think it goes well with the house. Let's come on through the inside and we'll have a look. Oh wow. Haven't been back. It's kind of funny because when we leave the houses they're empty, and it's really cool to be able to come back and see them filled and actually see them used, how we design them to be used in the areas. I love the segmented areas in this big open plan room. I think it's just brilliant. The games room, sitting area, a little bit of a library over there. I think we actually had that around the other way, but I think that works really well. You better see that TV from anywhere though, won't you? Look at the size of it. It's huge. As I've always said, when you're building, you've got to trust a professional. You never gamble with building a house. Again, a different sort of style of kitchen, which is again something cool and different. I just love seeing stuff like this. We've got a non-gully style kitchen with the bank of units across the back and then a strip all in line. It's got a bend in the kitchen, it's on an angle, sort of different again. It's got, and no white either, which is quite different in this time of day and age as well. It's all dark cabinetry. It's got that real sort of 80s vibe to it, to a degree I suppose, with especially the dark finished steel on all the appliances, and the hidden handles, which is quite cool, the soft close, which is nice. And a hidden pantry in behind too, which is nice, massive walk-in pantry, which is always good to hide all the stuff you don't want to use all the time. That's a real big usable pantry, and it's quite nice. It's sort of neatly hidden away, incorporated in the joinery, which is smart. And the finish on it too, the timber, I just like it, just cool. As I spoke about outside of the dark hued concrete, it actually gives a real characteristic to the house than just the natural grey. It actually blends in a lot more, I think, with this house, and it actually becomes something more than just the floor. We've seeded in these dark stones and a few little white ones, and just some added colours, a bit of brown in there just to give you some more sort of vibrance to the floor, I suppose you'd call it, more context. It's a cool wee match, and I just think it's really nice as long as you can keep out the dusting on it, I suppose. But I think the elements of it, I think, just works in perfectly for what we're happy with the house. Really happy with it. The boys have done a great job finishing it too, which makes a big difference. So especially when you do a polished concrete floor, there's quite a few little tricks to the trade that you've got to get right. If you don't get them right, it does tend to look a little bit agricultural, I suppose you could say. So we like to say we've done a fair bit of these, so we know what we're doing now. Ventilation and breathing of a house is super, super important. It tends to get forgotten about a little bit. This particular house, being 2-storey or mezzanine, how you want to call it, works well with the hot air up here, which is the master bedroom ensuite area. But we'll ventilate it really well with open skylights all through here. So these 4 sets of skylights through here. Plus the ceiling fan in here, which is not like those old ceiling fans that you used to remember that was like jug, 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 jug. Very quiet, and that just recycles the air around the house. Just standing here, you can sort of just feel that nice gentle breeze on you coming through and getting all that hot air from above, pushing it down, and just moves around the house. And with the timber ceiling, it's just that softness. And I think the finishing details of the particular colours of the light and the fan just tends to work in really nice. It sort of goes with the kitchen cabinetry style, all the way through the black and dark timber. It's just a subtle little touch, but yeah, again, possibly what I'm trying to say is the real key ingredients is just getting the ventilation to work well. These opening skylights are a real must, I reckon, in certain houses and certain elements. Something we can talk to you about, but they tend to work really well. Another super duper cool ensuite by us. So I think there's a lot of thoughts gone into this room and a lot of detailing. So we do an interior design package for all this to get all the elements right. Again, it's just these little bits and pieces that I love. The black face bath gives you that old sort of style enamel finish looking bath. I think it's cool. I love the chrome tapware, just a step away from the trend of dark tapware at the moment, which I think is brushed, which is that nice textured finish to it. I think it's really cool. This gigantic walk-in shower, which works awesome. It's like a special, it's almost like a room inside a room almost. The tiling details on the lads at House of Tiles made a beautiful job with the hidden gutter detail for here. So the waste is just all nicely trimmed into there. It's just super clean. You don't actually even see it. And these beautiful textured tiles, which give you a real feature piece. It's quite cool being textured too. It's cool, and then we've got the rain head over top, which is a bit of party time, which is great. Laundry chutes are a great idea for a 2-storey house. As you can see, you can pop on through, get rid of all your laundry, down it comes, down to the laundry, all ready to go, no carrying it down the staircase. How good. There we go guys, showing you through one of our finished homes. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can see what we can do as a company. Really proud to be able to get back into these homes and show you. Big thanks to the clients. You know, it's always nice for them to be able to open the houses up to us and show you guys through. I think it's really important. Another big thanks is to young Angus here on the camera. He's done all the filming for us over the past few years, and he's now off overseas on a bit of an OE if you can get out. So big thanks to him, he's done great stuff for us. Anyway, we'll catch you next time, guys. I think it's a beautiful day. We might go out and film another house now. We'll catch you later.